video recap of ones that are finished, either not taking polish or I just wanted to make sure I didn't damage them anymore. I'm not going to do much more for this one in enhancing the outside. This one's ready to be cut open. I believe it is part of the agate portions of the crinoids. It started out with some of the rounder plant structures, so there may be some great things inside this. We're all finished with that one. And we are all finished with this one. I could leave this in and bring better polish out of it. I may make a decision to do that in the future. I'm just really happy with it the way it is. I don't want to risk losing any of the teeth or anything else in this. This one's just really rough, not really showing much. Great signatures, not really a great example or sample for my fossils. And here we are, all finished with this one, and I did have a lot of worries during the entire process. First time it came out of stage 1 and water hit it, my heart stopped. I was so worried that I was going to do something so terrible to this that I would really, really hate it. And honestly, in the future, if I find something this great, I'm probably going to do a hand polishing technique so I don't lose any of the kind of textures here. I don't carry any disappointment in this finished product, but in the future I will take a sample like this and do hand cleaning on it. This one is good. I haven't dried these off yet. Well, I started to dry them off and they had that hazy stuff on them, so I wanted to make sure that I kept them wet until they're completely clean from that polish. Yep, and this one's good enough. If I go any more, I'm just taking away the surface of the fossil. All right, and yeah, you can see all the white dried stuff in there. Not really a great example either. Try to keep these wet. All right. You know what? They came through great, and they're some of the smallest pieces. They should have been destroyed. These that's a testament to how truly strong these fossils are. Little pieces like this are probably of the same starting piece, and they just broke up and separated. Some crinoid death plate, obviously not of a harder agate nature like a couple of these in here, and certainly not of the same nature as what this one is. Honestly, this is one of my absolute favorite pieces. I just love the colors. I love all the textures, you know, the whites and blues. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite views on it right there, but you can get lost looking around in it and seeing all the different pieces in it. So it may have perhaps accepted a better polish if I ran it through the earlier stages longer. If I find a big enough sample, strong enough sample in the future, I won't mind running it again just like I did this. I'll just try to run it a little bit longer so it is smoother and willing to accept a better polish in that final stage. Yeah, and a couple of these are just finishing rough, so they're not going to accept that full polish. This one perhaps would have if I left it in long enough. Not exactly sure it's part of the fossils at all. It's just another piece. This starting had that one spot of fossilization, and you know, it's still there. It didn't enhance it really. It didn't pull anything else out. So not really a good sample for my fossils. And this one also, I mean, it's got a tiny agate in it. not really a good sample for my fossils. This one seems like it needs some handwork to just kind of bring some stuff out of it. I'm just worried about the final stage just ruining this one. The hand touch, you can kind of guide things better. I got to be better skilled to work some of these pieces. I love how the first couple stages help some of these, but there's going to be a certain point where it's going to need a more delicate touch, and I think this is where that's one. This is where that one. It's where this one's at. And this one's smooth. If I left it long enough, it would have accepted the polish. Such a great sample. I do not want this destroyed, or you know, maybe for this one it will be best for some handwork also for that final polishing. If you remember this, it's like the digestive tract, top or bottom part of the mouth. This one would be great with a little bit more polish, because you can see some of those textures in there, and those will brighten up. It's just a small piece, and I was losing some size on the stone, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice anything more. So perhaps a great piece for some further handwork. Otherwise, a great fossil. This one's the one Tripp and Thatcher dropped in their first barrel. We had no idea it was a fossil. It turned out really cool. It's not gonna accept polish, so we are all done with this one. The polish left a lot of haze in this one. It's in this thing, so this one wasn't as smooth as it needed to be going into that stage. This one will need a little bit of brightening up, hand touch. I'll need to find a better way to clean it, get that beauty back out of it, pull the haze off of it, and that's all. I can't let this one dry, I gotta keep it wet. See some textures on it. It's a little broken piece. Have to look through the stones when we finish. I've got a pretty good idea of which one it came from. Yeah, some stuff gets broken apart, but it's got some good signatures on it. I believe this is the top of the mushroom. Not a fossil, but a beautiful natural stone. Quartz. It's got some rusted parts to it, so there had to have been some metal, something in there. Natural stone. I'm gonna have to do some hand polishing on this to finish this one off. This side is great. I was thinking about, since it's so wide, cutting it like in half and doing a his and hers kind of stone. Maybe hang it from a necklace, but I'm worried about how thin it is right here. That's why I pulled it. When I finish and kind of bore this out, running with that idea, I could kind of have an encasement on the inside for strength and support. That would kind of, I could leave some of that sediment in there for strength, and that round part could actually help cover any of that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but it is a really cool sample. Really neat, unique. I don't know if it was perfectly round like this, but this is how I found it. Just came out of the river like this. Looks like a tornado.